Okay, good evening, guys. It's Colin, the business coach with Salon Help again. We had a bit of a glitch just now. We're up and running perfectly. I'm pretty sure. If you can just give me a thumbs up or say hi, it's going all well. There's some delay. There's always a 30-second delay with Facebook. This is a security feature. It means I don't know where I am. I've been broadcasting all day. It's gone absolutely crisp. And as soon as we go live, we have a problem. Listen, my name's Carl Hinder. I'm the business coach with Salon Help. You can phone in tonight on 07931 518 642. You can ask any questions that you want about problems in our industry. Now, I'm not going to be coaching you. We've only got one question, one answer, but it's going to be fast. This is quick coach, not slow coach, and I'm going to be doing this for the next hour. I'll add 5 minutes on at the end, guys. Don't worry, you'll get your hour. Now, if somebody wants to kind of let's have a look. If I do hi guys, we may get some messages through. There we are. We're all rolling. Fantastic. Good evening, Cheryl. Thank you for joining me. Scott, thank you for joining me. Selena, thank you for joining me. Chloe, Francesca, thank you for joining me. I did say to come over and you did. Thanks. Scott, great. Hi, Cheryl, all good. Rosanna, we are all good. And where are we? Salon Help. Yes, hi guys. Deborah Jenkins, thank you for joining me. I know I got to sort some times out for you, Deborah. I'm going to work on that over the next few weeks. Becky Banham, thank you for joining me this week, and Ellie McCann. So we are all going for the next hour. This is Quick Coach TV. You know how it works by now. You ask the questions, I answer them as fast as I can for 1 hour or just over 1 hour tonight. I want to help you guys. Look, this is not a show. It's not entertainment. If it's entertaining, that's good with me as well. But it's really about me helping you. You know, if I can inspire you, if I can change your mindset, if I can point you in the right direction, maybe get you some coaching, whatever I've got to do, I'm here to help you. So please, first of all, can I ask you to make sure that you're ringing the bell, you're notified that every week I'm online. Follow me, of course, if you're not already. And please invite other people across, other salon owners, other barber owners, other managers, self-employed people, anyone in our industry who you think would benefit from asking some questions and getting some straight answers. So here we go. Tonight, I'm going to be talking to you about a number of issues. We're going to be talking about things like staff performance, people who are not earning their wage. What are you doing about it? Are you accepting it? Do you think it's okay for you to have staff that don't actually deliver you any sales? We're going to be talking about the Christmas workshop on Monday and the key things that came out of that. It was fantastic. Thank you to all of you who came. I thought it was fantastic. I'm sure you'll tell the board if you don't think it was fantastic. We're going to be talking about some of the giveaways I'm going to do over the next few weeks. I really want to shake things up. I want to change things a bit, and I also want to raise some money for charity, and I also want to talk about a few other things. We're also going to talk about social media and pricing now. We might not work for you, and I want to talk about loyalty cards for Tal. But Tal, you got to put the prompt up. So who's first? Who's got the first question? Don't forget, guys, this is a phone-in service. Okay, look, there's a phone here. It's all connected. So connect. You can phone in 07931 518 642. It'll come through. Everybody will be able to hear you. There'll be a bit of a time delay on it, but you can speak to me if you want to. You can put up the messages and I will answer them that way. So let's get started on this evening's. What's the number to call? Can you pin it in the comments? It's at the top, Scott. It's right at the top of everything. It says, okay, back up and running. Please call in on 07931 518 642. Is that good enough for you, Scott? I'll put it there for you as well, 07931 518 642. If you want to phone in, that is fantastic. If not, if you want to just put messages, that's good as well. Hi, Becky. Sorry, I'm glad I'm back. Not sorry, I'm back. Yes, Ellie McCann is back in the room. She certainly is. Simon Liu, thank you for joining me, Simon. I hope you had a good day on Monday, and I'm sure you've had a lot of work cut out since you've got back. Hi, Rosanna, great. Sean Slater, thank you, Sean. I really appreciate what you did, Sean, coming down to Cardiff and heading back in that rain. Fair play, brave man. I'm sorry we didn't have some social time. Costas, thank you, sir. You're a gentleman. I really enjoyed meeting you too. I hope that we get to do some work together over the next few years. Green, great. Thank you for joining me. We've got to talk about you, haven't we? And if we can't finish it on you, I'll finish it off just after. But I'm going to try and point you in the right direction as well. Salon Help. There we go. So, right. Let me start with what's what. I don't want to go big on this because The first thing I want to talk about is staff and their salon targets. I don't want to go big in it because I think I've done 2 or 3 videos in my YouTube channel. You can go there, you can get educated, you can disagree or agree. But the point is this is what's happening all the time, and I don't understand you. Salon after salon after salon after salon ask me about sales targets. It's usually 3 or 4 times their wage. Salons are only managing 1 or 2 times their wage, yet we continue with these staff. We seem to be absolutely terrified that if these staff are the pressure's put on them to achieve more than double their wage, they're going to leave you. And all I want to say is this: if a member of staff, I'm not talking about self-employed workers, guys, I'm talking about members of staff, if they're only doing double the wage and they leave, you're actually no worse off than you was when they were there, okay? Because double their wage, if you will follow my video, is actually exactly the same as not being there. Because double their wages, they cover their wage, but the second part, it covers their pension, their sickness, their national insurance, all that sort of stuff. So double a wage is absolutely nothing. So what are you worried about? What is scaring you about holding your staff accountable and getting them to generate some money for you? Hi, Deborah. Sorry. Yes, I lost you, Deborah, but we're all back now. Great. What's the number to call? You've got that. Hiya, hiya, hiya. We're all flying through here. Simon, fantastic day. Huge value and insight. Highly recommended. Future sessions with Carl. Thanks, Simon. I just really wanted to make sure that you guys had as much value as possible. In some ways, I think I try to put too much content through, but I didn't want people to go into Christmas, into the new year, being kind of empty-handed. You've got enough tools, trust me, to keep you going for the next 3 or 4 months. And if you're strategic, not just you, Simon, everyone who was there, I think it can change your business to some degree. It wasn't a coaching package. It was just enough to make sure that the basics are put into place. Good evening, Michael. Thank you for joining me this evening. So who has got staff that are only doing 1 or 2 times their wage and you're terrified of doing anything about it? Come on, guys, you've got to get these questions up on here. There's a 30-second delay between me broadcasting and me seeing the message, by the way. That's a special security measure on Facebook in case I broadcast anything that isn't quite right. I mean, high security stuff. That's going to be fine tonight. I don't think anybody is going to get offended by a bit of business coaching. Okay. So let me talk about this Christmas workshop. I felt it went really, really well. Most of the people, some of them are on there tonight. And the reasons I thought it went well is because we managed to give really good direction, good value for money, and the most important things in our industry. Now, one of the key things that I talk about all the time, that I spend most of the day on, I spend about 1/3 of the day on, is pricing. So you guys who are out there with your salons trying to make money, trying to get more people all the time. Who asked me this question just now? Chloe, you're on here, right? Oh. Good evening, Scott.
Hi, Carl. How are you?
Very good. Thanks for phoning in. Can everybody hear Scott? If you can't, if it's a bit quiet, say it's a bit quiet. But for me here, it's absolutely super loud. Thank you for phoning in, Scott. I really appreciate it. How are you after our adventure on Monday?
Yeah, really well. Yeah, feeling good and ready to go and put some plans into action.
Okay, so what can I do for you this evening? I thought you would have had enough of me after a full day.
No, not yet. So it's kind of on the same kind of topic, really, of the 3 times salary.
Right.
Obviously, I told you before that I'm planning on getting somebody else in.
Yes.
What kind of time frame is acceptable to get up to that level? So say I employ somebody, they got next month, what kind of the 3 times salary?
Okay, you're breaking up a bit, but I know the question. Is this member of staff a trainee or fully qualified?
Fully qualified.
Okay, so someone who's fully qualified, I would say you want them at double their wage within almost instantly, because the thing is, you know they're coming on board. They're not going to turn up one morning by surprise, okay? So you got a week or two's notice. So you make sure your marketing is geared up that this person is doubling their wage almost instantly. So first of all, the pressure is completely off you and your business, and the pressure is on them to perform as a member of staff.
Yeah.
The next section, the 3rd or 4th weeks, they may take several months. Now, the important part with this is when you're meeting that member of staff every single week to see how they go into level 2 and to 3 times and 4 times their wage, is as long as they are progressing. So if it goes 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, then that's good. Don't worry about it. That's the way you want to be going. But you can't stay at 2 for 3 months and 4 months and 5 months and 6 months. So in reality, it's going to be different from every salon. It'll depend on the size of your marketing plan. It'll just depend on how many people they bring with them in the first place. But I would say twice their wage almost instantly, 3 times their wage probably within a couple of months, and towards 3 to 4 times their wage certainly within 6 months. But you're going to have to be really dynamic about how you do it.
Yeah, so as long as they're making good progression and obviously keeping them weekly meetings and progress chats with them to make sure they keep progressing.
Yeah. Ellie, you can't hear. Hang on. Oh, hang on. Yeah, anyway. Ellie, can you hear me now? So we're just trying to see if we can get any go there. Yeah, so progression is the main thing. You got to be realistic, aren't you? You know, we're dealing with people, and as long as, because when they have got to get to this target, part of it is your responsibility. You've got to make sure that there's a good marketing plan in place. You've got to make sure that any extra training, because they're going to come to you maybe as great barbers, but they might not come to you as great product sellers, as an example.
No,
okay. Right, so the answer is double the wage almost instantly. I would work towards 3 times the wage over a couple of months, and 3 plus maybe 6 months. But you got to take some responsibility. They got to take the rest of the responsibility.
Yeah, awesome.
Anything else, Scott?
No, not off the top of my head.
Okay, well, you phone back if you want to. If not, punch in some messages, and I'll get on with the rest of the crew.
Awesome, thank you for that, John.
Thank you for phoning in. I appreciate that. Cheers, sir. Good night. Okay, so that was Scott. He was at the course on Monday, and some things are kind of on his mind. I know he made a lot of notes. We had a really long chat about his business, and he's going off to try and make sure that his new employees that are coming on board are generating enough income. Okay, I'm going to scroll back up. I spun past everyone there. I don't want to leave anyone out. So, okay, we've got you back in the room. That's great. There we go. Let's have a look. Well, we got Becky here. Employment law is still on the employment side. I feel so trapped. Grain, I'm going to come back to you in a moment. Let me just get Becky out the way. Sorry, Becky. I just cast you aside. Sorry. Any advice and tips for clients that have issues with the hair, for example, very bad condition? I will not accept your advice or treatment plan. I have refused to do a client's hair today because of the state of it. I could have sorted the hair, but the client wasn't willing to, got a bit annoyed with my reverse. Well, I'm not going to give you any hairdressing advice. I don't think you're asking me that question. I think you're asking me, what do I do with these clients who won't take your advice? Now, first of all, I would say these are not the people you want in your business because they don't see you as the professional. So they're probably not your people. You know, it's exactly the same with you and I, Becky, or any of you on this board. If I was to coach you, because I'll do an interview with you. If I was to coach you, I would ask you some questions. And if you said, I'm not going to take your advice, Carl, I don't like what you're saying about prices. I don't like what you're saying about actually holding my staff accountable. I don't like what you're saying about incentives. Then I would say, listen, Becky, I can't work with you. You're not my client because you don't respond to me in the way I need you to, because I would want you to be successful. And what you're doing is you want that client to be successful, don't you? So if that's your question, I would say they're not your client and you may have to cut them loose. But if you're asking me about hairdressing advice, even though I'm very knowledgeable, that's not why I'm on here. Okay, Deborah, I can hear. Oh, you can hear. Great, that's good. Michael Putney, evening. Are you planning on making the podcast for the Christmas seminar going to be on sale? Michael, no, I'm not. I am planning on a lot of podcasts for next year. Here's an announcement, guys. Make the best of this. I produce a video for you every single week of my life. It's free. You actually just email me and say, Carl, I want a video on a subject. I've been doing them since January. I'm finishing them next January, and I'm switching to podcasts. Michael, we did record the whole day, but you know, a lot of it was kind of private in a public kind of way. We had a lot of personal interaction. We shared some stuff that you might not share outside of a seminar, so I wouldn't put it into a podcast format, but it has given me ideas for spreading these workshops around a lot more next year. And I think you do have a point that I do need to produce something that's audible, or maybe as a webinar for Christmas. It's going to be too late this year, I'm pretty sure, but apologies to you and anyone else. I'm on to that, and I will produce something better. Rosanna, I have no sound. I don't know if you got sound now. I think most people have. They're all chatting away here. Rosanna, maybe have a bit of a twiddle there, see if you can actually get this rolling. Michael, where do these hairdressers meant to come from? Would you look to get them from other salons? I don't know about the ones you're talking about, Michael. Are you talking about the ones you're going to lose because they're rubbish, because they're not doing the right job for you? First of all, look at yourself, Michael. If you're not holding them accountable in the right kind of way, will any hairdresser, any barber, any therapist ever respond to you if you're not managing them in the right way, if you're not prepared to hold them accountable? Because it doesn't have to be a hard, rude, terrible thing. It can be a very good personal thing, because you're not just holding them accountable for sales figures for sales sake. You've got to get them to appreciate, look, the more money we take, the more I can invest in you. The better your training will be, the better your wages will be, the better your bonuses will be. Get them to buy into you financially. Where would I get those stylists from if I couldn't get them? Yes, I would get them from other salons as a last resort, but I wouldn't be shy about headhunting. Every other business in the world does headhunting. I don't know what our problem is. Rosanna, I've started to have weekly meetings, same day, time every week. What things should we discuss in the meeting? What I want you to do, great. Rosanna, this is for you. Weekly meeting with individual members of staff and a weekly meeting with your team. I want you to do 4 things. 1, service sales. 2, retail sales as a percentage of the amount of clients that are coming in. Number 3, I want you to do the blueprint, which is your customer service standards. What standards do you want in your business? And number 4, their personal development. Talk about what are they doing and what are you doing to keep progressing them. Are you going on this training course next week that I've organized for you? What is it that you're interested in? You will have done this at the appraisal, but it's no point doing that once a year. You want to follow up every week. How are they getting through this training? Okay, so it's service sales, it's retail sales, it's blueprint, and it's personal development. Okay, that's the 4 things in that order. Hi Joe, thank you for joining me. David Glossy, thank you for joining me. Good evening, Tracy, thank you. Hi Zoe. Esme, thank you for joining me tonight. That's great. Michael Putney, shame. Which was the shame, Michael? Is that the one about getting them from other salons? I'm not sure. But if it is, then that is what the industry view is, and that's why we don't do it, and why you haven't clarified that point for me. I'm really interested in headhunting. I think it's an absolute fantastic tool that we should have. It's fantastic, not just for us. It's a fantastic way of rewarding fantastic stylists out there who's stuck in dead-end jobs. Okay, Rosanna, I have sound now. Thank you, Rosanna. I'm glad you have. Becky, that's thanks for advice, Becky. That's fine. Okay, I know this is fast, guys. Look, this is called Quick Coach TV. It's every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. until 9:30 p.m. You can phone in, as Scott did, on 07931 518 642. I'm here to try and give you as much advice as quickly as possible. Now, if any of you have got big issues, and if I don't cover anything on you tonight, don't get stressed. I don't want to miss any of you out on purpose. I'm online tonight until midnight, every Wednesday night until midnight. We can message straight after, or we can do a private video call, no charge, for 10 or 15 minutes, and I'll sort that problem out, okay? Don't stress. I'm here to take your stress away for at least 1 hour a week, okay? Let's have a look where we are going, okay. David Gloss, you talk about headhunting. What do you think is acceptable? Okay, so what I would do is, David, what I want to do over the next few weeks, I'm going to put together a recruitment webinar. I've been talking about it for months, and I'm about 3/4 of the way through, but it has to be quality. The thing about headhunting is that we have to make sure that we have a brand that people want to come to. So that's going to mean things like making sure that you have awesome websites, that you've got an awesome salon, that you've got awesome training. You've got to have all the things that people want to come to. And headhunting is not about going knocking on someone's glass window. I would not say that was headhunting. I would say that was pretty damn rude. But it's making sure that you get the right message in front of the right person, whether you use social media, whether you maybe use a phone call in some instances, or whether you use an agent. Maybe you use someone like me. I don't normally do it. Or use an agent to make sure those people are approached and say, this massive job opportunity has arisen and we've identified you as the right person. So I wouldn't say knocking on doors or sitting outside in the car for them to go past would be acceptable. I'd say that would be damn right creepy. But targeting the right people for your business that are going to add value to your salon, as well as adding value to them as stylists, should certainly be part of a recruitment process if the rest of your recruitment process isn't 100% effective. No, to replace the ones that you had removed because they haven't hit their targets. Michael, I don't want to replace them. What I'm saying is, if sometimes, you know the saying, it's not my saying, if you can't change the people, change the people. If you are going through all the procedures, you're going through the training, you train them every week, then you've got to replace them with someone else. Like I said, you would be better off without them. If they're only double their wage, you would financially be better off without them. Don't keep people. I've made this mistake. I've had 4 salons. I made this mistake. We kept people because we genuinely believed at that time we could not get better. Okay. After a couple of years, we realized we were totally wrong. There are better people out there. It's all down to your recruitment process, and then it's down to your retention process. Not you, Michael. Absolutely everyone I'm talking about. Okay, what do you consider a good percentage against service sales? For retail products, Rosanna, 40%. Okay, what do you consider a good percentage against? No, I don't consider anything of retail against. Is that the question? What my retail sales should be against my service sales? Can you clarify that? I don't want you to sell a percentage of retail sales financially. I want you to do retail sales as a percentage of your customers. So for every 100 customers, I want you to sell to at least 40 of them. Check for me, Rosanna, if that's your answer. I don't want you to sell 30% of your overall sales. I don't want the financial part to be the incentive for them to sell products. The incentive I want them to have is that retail products are about customer service, and a percentage of the total number of clients is really an indication of how good your customer service is. The guys on Monday, we did this. It's all about looking after your clients. It's not about selling them a product. It's about looking after how the customer feels. Okay, David, sorry. Yeah, for retail, that's it. Retail should be a percentage of your clients, not a percentage of your service sales. So you're saying you talk to them on Instagram? And yeah, if I had to, absolutely. What I would do is I would have it targeted. You've got to, you know, if you went onto Instagram, you would see someone actually pushing out their photographs of fantastic hair. That would be an indication that that might be the person you want in your business. But you're going to maybe have to do a bit more than that. Maybe they're not very ambitious. Maybe they can't speak properly. Maybe they haven't got good communication skills. You've got to research those people. I was headhunted twice when I was in big corporate, and they wanted me for my skills. They didn't want me because they were completely desperate. They wanted me because I was a great motivator, because I was a great communicator, because of whatever. So you've got to research the people that you want to headhunt, and then you've got to put a package together that makes it worthwhile for you as a business, but for them as well. I'm not talking about using this as an alternative to getting your average stylist. I'm talking about it as a part of your recruitment for getting the people that you need in your business. Victoria, sorry, Victoria. Okay, I want to go back up to Grain. I don't know how to pronounce your name. You're going to have to maybe do it phonetically for me, or drop me a line for me or something. You were talking about, you was worried, weren't you? You're in Ireland, am I right? I don't want to get this wrong. Let me just put this by ear. I want to make sure I got everything right. Okay, so listen, guys. What we got next? Don't get too hung up on the headhunting. It's an important part that I think we should use in our industry to get key people into key positions. It's not an alternative for filling your salon with 20 hairdressers or 20 barbers or 20 anything for that matter. Okay, so where are we going here? I don't know, guys, but I can't actually see any more questions. Oh, there we go. We're back. Okay, sorry. Okay, Gronya. Okay, good. Gronya. That's okay. Got it. Thank you very much. Okay, yes, and you're not right. Look, I wanted to talk to you. Listen, this is for all of you. But I spoke to Gronia at some stage over the last 24 hours. And Gronia, do you mind if I actually explain in brief terms, just say yes or no, your situation to share with other people? I don't want to embarrass you. When do I think salons what? Victoria, when do you think salons? I think salons all the time. I think salons 24/7, Victoria, but I think your question might be a bit longer than that, I would suspect. Okay. So whilst we're waiting for more questions to come through, look, if I miss any of your questions today, because the board does fill up really, really quickly these days, please don't worry, I will answer them all after this, or just repeat them and I'll try and pick them up on the second hit. Please invite people across to this board now and tonight. Good evening, Nicola. I've just spotted you as joining me. Thank you for your support on Monday, Nicola. Sorry about the bad news today. That was pretty awful. Lisa Williamson, thank you for joining me tonight. And Victoria, when do you think salons, okay, we've got a new comment. Yes, when do you think salons should put their Christmas decorations up? 1st of November. I wouldn't even wait for bonfire night because of this. I think you should get them up because, you know, Tesco's and Sainsbury's and Asda and all that, put them up for a reason, is to get into your mind. It's a subliminal message. And we talked a little bit on Monday, not much, about contact points. We talked about the subliminal message. We need to make sure that our clients are thinking Christmas as soon as possible. If you're not the first to get your decorations up, if you're not the first to get the message into their head, someone else is. It's something like 32 touch points or 7 hours of content before they actually buy your service, before they buy what you do, okay? So if you're selling, I don't know, some sort of posh hair straighteners, it's going to take, on average, it says, 7 hours of information, not just from you, but from whatever, TV, magazines, Quick Coach TV, whatever it is, before they make that purchase. So I would have them up because there's no point waiting for bonfire night for one night. I mean, where are the sales in one night on bonfire night? I would skip that, go straight to Christmas, and just go for it. I mean, Christmas is the, you know, it's the golden quarter. You've got to generate as much sales as possible, but you also must make sure that Christmas is your springboard going into 2020. Okay, it's really, really important that you don't just see as Christmas as a 3-week busy period, but you see Christmas as the gathering of new clients from salons that of clients that are from salons that maybe not really as aspirational enough for the people coming in. So you're going to get these people, you're going to impress them, and you're going to keep them for January. So yeah, 1st of November, I would have them up. Amazing. I was going to put mine up November the 15th. Might do it sooner then. Look, Shell, do whenever you want. My personal opinion is, do you know what? I once, when I had the 4 salons, I once put them up on the 1st of October, and I was on BBC because someone drove past the window. Someone thought it was like absolutely mental. And we ended up on, I don't know what it was, BBC or BBC Two or something. So we had great publicity and people were talking about Christmas in October. I'm not saying you should do that. If you want to do that and try the BBC thing, you go and have some fun. But the 1st of November, look, that gives you a 7-week run-in, you know, to try and get people's minds in the right places. Okay. So, Gronia, did Gronia say I can talk about you? Yes, you said yes. Okay. So, look, Gronia is in this position where she's got underperforming staff and she's in Ireland. So the laws are slightly different, but they're not. I've had a bit of a research today. And I want to say to Gronia and to everyone else, I'm not legally qualified. This is not legal advice. You do need to go and get legal advice before you actually sack anyone. But you know what? The laws across nearly every country, including the USA for that matter, and New Zealand, Deborah, are all quite common sense. You can't actually be prejudicial. So as long as the practice, if you need to terminate someone, there has to have things in place. These things are, you've got to make sure that it's not, you know, sexist or racist. You've got to make sure that you're not being prejudicial for any reason that is illegal, which is unlawful. So I'm not saying you or anyone else are going to do that, but that is the only thing you should fear really when you actually need to go through the termination process of a member of staff who is underperforming. Now, Gronia, I'm going to message you after this because I've actually got some links for you. What I want you to do, though, first of all, I'm going to put this up here. Give me a second. The first thing I want you to do is this. If you've done it already, I don't know what you're worrying about, but let me find something for you. Give me one second. I've got some information for you. And what if an employee refuses to sign a contract? Now, that's important to you all, guys. Do you know what? You must have contracts. You have a legal obligation to provide contractual conditions and obligations, but you don't have a legal obligation to have it signed. Okay, if they refuse to sign, there is a procedure that allows you to make sure that the contractual agreement remains in place even though they won't sign it. Okay, and that's the same in Ireland, Gronya. So don't fret. If you've got contracts that are not signed or updated contracts that are not signed, you can still implement them even though they won't actually sign them. So this one is for you, Gronya. If you haven't joined an organization like this, oh, crikey. Let me just try that again. We'll try that now. Let's see if this works. If it doesn't work, I'll get out after. If you haven't joined an organization like this, Gronya, you need to. In Britain, I want you all to go and join something like the Federation of Small Businesses, or better still, the Hairdressing and Beauty Federation. This is going to take care of all your legal issues. You're going to be able to terminate anyone you want legally if you follow their steps. You're going to be able to performance manage. You're never going to end up in court if you follow the steps of these organizations. There we go. So the SFA, okay, so that's for you in Ireland. You should be thinking of this is a small business federation in Ireland, where you can actually get legal advice, and they'll take you through all the steps. I'm going to take you through more later if you're really, really worried. Okay, Victoria, a member of staff, such a good idea, laugh out loud. Okay, Costas, it works, but when you follow the link, it takes you away from this call. Ah, good thinking. That's smart. Okay, well, don't click. Let me see if I can do something about that. That's I didn't realize that, Costas. That's great. Okay. Okay, look, I'm going to put that back up again for you, okay, Gronya? I don't want people diving off the board. We haven't got long. We've only got 25 minutes to cover as many subjects as we can. I want to go back to Chloe. I don't know if Chloe's still on you. Chloe, if you're on you, Chloe's just starting out. Now, Chloe, to me, is making a fundamental mistake. What she's doing is she wants to charge a very, very, very low price so she can get lots of customers. Now, I understand that. That sounds logical, doesn't it? But what's going to go wrong is this. Let's say a set of nails are £30, but you are going to charge £10 to get them started. Doesn't matter. Maybe it's a haircut that's £30 and you're going to charge £10 to get started. Yes, you will be busy. Yes, you'll have a lot of people, but you're going to need more than £10 to keep functioning. You're going to need a lot more than £10, even if you're mobile, for fuel, for marketing, for insurances, all those things. Once you get anywhere near to the price you need to charge, £25 or £30, £20 even, which is, you know, a doubling of the price, those customers are going to leave you because they're off to look for the next person who's cheap as chips. Okay, so you need to start off. If you're starting a new salon, if you're starting a new mobile business, if you're starting a at-home business, you need to start off at the correct pricing. We spent a lot of time on this on Monday, guys. You need to make sure that your pricing is absolutely spot on, whatever business you're running. Taking in people at the bottom at a low price is only going to mean that when you get them to the correct price, they're going off to somewhere else. And it's the same with social media. Don't spend your time when you're starting a new business by putting everything you can onto social media unless you're going to be doing paid ads as well. Putting stuff onto social media for the for your followers is not going to get you anywhere fast. Your breakthrough at the moment is only about 3%. 100 people, only 3 people are going to see that ad, okay? So you're not going anywhere fast. You need a marketing plan and you need to be much more strategic. Yes, word of mouth is fantastic, but you need to be able to have things that drive the word of mouth. And you don't want the word of mouth to be, go to Chloe because she is the cheapest person in the whole area, because once you filled up with that and you put your prices to normal, all those people are then off to the next cheap person. They go to Carl. He's really cheap. Okay, Victoria, we have a member of staff been with us 2.5 years and has just returned from 9 months. It was 9 a.m. maternity. She came back 24 hours but has lost her clients. This week she hasn't had one client so far and is sucking the profit out of the business. I'm frustrated. Okay, well, look, I don't know if you knew she was coming back. I mean, that is always a risk of maternity leave. There's not a lot you can do about it. You're going to have to be careful. She still probably has some extra protection. I would say that you and I might want to talk about this independently, but I would say that you need to have that conversation with her and be saying, look, what are you going to do about rebuilding your clients? How long do you think it's going to take you? Do you think maybe you're going to have to be sensitive about this? There might be an opportunity to phase our hours back in instead of just coming straight back. Maybe you can do some extra marketing. I mean, it's just like having a new member of staff in effect. But just be careful that you're not being biased because of her maternity status. That's the only thing I can warn you on air at the moment. If you want to take this off air after, just message me, Victoria, because you can overcome it. It's just good management. But I can, I really do sense your frustration. Do master barbers have a legal advice bit? I don't know, to be honest with you. I don't think they do, Ellie. But there's nothing stopping barbers joining the NHF either, because they do all the barbering stuff. They do all the contracts. They do all of the lease agreements and everything for self-employed people. I don't think master barbers have it. And if they do, it has escaped me. It's a very expensive thing to operate a legal helpline. And that's why I always recommend the NHF, even above some fantastic people who produce awesome contracts these days, is that it comes with this legal backup all the time. And because legalities change all the time, someone like me, I have to kind of keep up to date with everything. And I usually do it through the NHF Federation. I get the information from them, and in some way, informally, I retain that information and I pass it on if we need to. But these guys are up to the minute. They're going to keep you out of court, and they're going to keep you nice and professional. And I think that's what we want. Hi, Nina. I'm a mobile hairdresser. Well, congratulations, Nina. That's great. Let's have a look. Where are we? Okay. I could boost client intake and one hour, as well as increasing prices, seem to be in an area which people don't want to be part with the cost of my services. Bit of a rule, any ideas would be great. Thank you. Okay, Nina, your views on pricing are the views of pricing of everyone. Okay, they're the views of pricing of most high street salons. They're the views of pricing of nearly every mobile hairdresser. They're the views of pricing of pretty much people, everyone on this page, unless I've coached them or they've been on a webinar, seminar, or something with me. First of all, the prices that you are charging, I am going to clue if they're right or not, but there's a high chance that they're not going to be right. You can go onto my YouTube channel and you can find my pricing video. Please do that. And if you can't find it, message me and I'll send you the link. It tells you how to work out the prices that you need. Secondly, I would say that most of your existing clients, if you're very good, and I'm sure you are, Nina, will pay more. Where are they going to go? They're not going to give up the convenience of a really, really good mobile service to go to a salon for a similar or even a higher price if you are a good hairdresser in the first place. How do you get more? Well, you can't plan on getting more clients just for Christmas. But what I would do is, if you're looking at mobile hairdressing, I would look at your marketing, which you now need for the next 2 months. You need it all pumped up now. What's the real thing for you about mobile hairdressing? It's about the convenience, isn't it? My marketing would be shoving it down the throat of everyone on every social media channel, on every leaflet, on every business card, on every poster that you can produce to say convenience in your house just before you go to that party, on a Saturday afternoon when the salons are closed, on a Sunday evening when you go into your Christmas party. I will be at your house, okay? So I think your marketing has to be massive, and it has to be focused on the thing that the salon can never, ever beat you on. It can't beat you on convenience. So don't worry about your prices. You need to put your prices up. I would guess you probably got scope for that. If you want to speak privately or message me privately about this, because if you haven't heard me speak before about pricing, you might not get how passionate I am about getting prices right, because 7 out of 10 salons have got them wrong. And that also means mobile hairdressers as well. So get your prices correct. To get more clients, do it in terms of marketing based on how convenient you can be. Tell me you can be there 10 o'clock at night. I can be there 6 o'clock in the morning. I don't know what your personal circumstances are, but if you haven't got that flexibility, I think you're going to be in a real battle, and then you're going to have to work out something based on customer service. Don't worry about the price. Okay, price is not important for you to a degree, and neither is the actual service itself. You know, your colors will be similar to a salon colors. You got to work out what customer service can I smash these salons on, okay? And they'll be thinking the same, how do I smash these mobile hairdressers with other qualities we have? Thank you, great. Grayon, I've forgotten already. Don't worry about it. I haven't finished with you yet. I'm going to send you some links, and then me and you will have a private discussion. I won't charge you. I just want to make sure that we get that stress off your shoulders, because it's nowhere near as bad as you think it is. I have done this, Carl, starting at the bottom price and increase it over 3 years, but clients don't want to pay more. A new client, no, I agree. No, Nina, I agree. Your old clients won't pay it, but they're not your clients. You need to bin them. You need to get rid of them and get people who want you. Unless you're telling me your work's not very good. I don't think you are telling me that. Okay, if your work is good, you got great service, you're turning up on hours that they want with awesome, products, and you're retailing as well, so they don't even have to leave the house, then you have got the wrong clients. You've got to ditch those people who want to give you, £10 for £30 work. Sounds terrible, but trust me, you've only got so much time in your day. You're driving from house to house to house. You haven't got time to pour out with people who don't want to pay you. None of us have, okay? So start thinking, the clients that don't want to pay me, I'm going to work a system of phasing them out. All my marketing, all your marketing has to go into clients who want you, who want a fantastic hairdresser at a time that suits them, and has got all the bells and whistles in terms of customer service. Okay, guys, you're smashing me to death tonight. Fair play. Thank you all. Look, this is Carl Hinder. I'm a business coach with Salon Help. This is Quick Coach TV. We run this every single Wednesday night at 8:30 p.m. You're welcome to come here every week. Please bring friends with you. Please bring other barbers, hairdressers, managers. I do everything from the hairdressing sector right through to the spa sector, the clinic sector, beauty sector, anything you want, I can help you with. Now, I know these are fast questions. Not all of you are getting the answers that you need in full. Don't worry about it. Just send me a message saying, Carl, I just need a little bit more advice. It's going to be no problem. I'm on till midnight tonight. I will get through you all before I go to sleep. Okay, here we go. Where we got Victoria. Thanks, Carl. No problem. How much is Nifty? I think Nifty is I don't know. Well, it's a Nifty 50, but I don't. I don't really know what the question is, Lisa, but maybe you want to rephrase that for me. Sorry. Deborah, just put my prices up. No complaints from the core clients so far. Pensions moan, but would anyway. Deborah, I hope you don't mind me saying, I am so happy for you. I'm so proud of you. And guys on this board, Deborah's been on you for months and months and months. She has not been totally keen to increase her prices. For me to hear that is just magic. Trust me, most of your clients, if you're delivering the service, that's the key thing. If you are rubbish, put your prices up and they'll all run away, okay? So you've got to have awesome service, okay? Once your service is awesome, putting your prices up won't matter, because they're not coming for your price, okay? They're coming for you. My clients come for me, Carl Hinder. There's a million coaches out there. Half of them cheaper, half of them twice as much, okay? They come in for me. Okay, they're coming for you too. Deborah, absolutely fantastic. I tell you what, me and you are going to have a private discussion, because I'm going to give you Deborah's in New Zealand, guys, and so I don't know how I'm going to pat her on the back, but we'll be doing something. Okay, Cheryl, my advice would be to not let your clients dictate your pricing. If they don't pay the increase, they don't respect you. Cheryl, thank you very much. You can do it on next week's Quick Coach TV. Ellie McCann, not mourning with my increase because we made our customer service 100% and free parking. Ellie, I know you pretty well now. I know that your service is going to be outstanding, and I can't imagine, seriously, unless you go to a ridiculous price like £200 for a haircut, anyone ever leaving you. I've got to be honest. Great advice. Thank you, Carl. Nina, I hope it was helping. I know I'm pretty kind of blunt and straight, but that's the way I coach. I don't want to beat around the bush. I want us to get to the point of success as quickly as we can. And sometimes we have too many fluffy systems, when a few simple steps and a good bit of application is what is needed, really. Okay, you can make a staff member work Christmas Eve if it's not their normal working day. What if they refuse? Okay, so it depends. Go back to the contracts, guys. Right, so first of all, you join these legal organizations. You join the NHF, or you join the one I give you for the island, or there's others as well. second thing is you get a contract, and the contract in the NHF ones and the ones that I want you to have say this. They say you work Monday to Saturday, okay, whatever it is, 9 till 5. And also it says, and also whenever the owner requests, okay, that's important. And when you're doing the induction, you get a big highlighter pen, and it says, whenever I request. So you will be working Sundays before Christmas. You will be working Christmas Eve unless it's a bank holiday. You will be working, okay? So what it is, we're not starting off our relationships right with our members of staff. If they haven't got the right contracts, then we're not communicating clearly with them, and we're not demanding this staff early enough in our relationship. We leave it to 6 months or 6 years into the relationship before we demanding change. We're making it hard for ourselves, guys. So if it's in the contract, the things I've just said, Grayon, then yes, you can say you work on Christmas Eve. Secondly, I would have been asking them in August, these are our opening hours. Did you do your opening hours 2, 3, 4 weeks ago for Christmas? So the Christmas opening hours are done, and then you get your team together and you say, listen, these are the opening hours we need because our customers need our service, you know? This is our chance to springboard into the new year. This is our chance to really pull that money in and beat the competition. Who is happy to volunteer first? Okay, and then nobody volunteers for Christmas Eve, and then you say, okay, guys, in your contracts it says this. I would really like it if you could help me out and do these hours. Okay, and then if nobody says, and they say no, then you're into obviously that heavy discussion or disciplinaries or whatever you got. Most salon, well-balanced salon teams won't have this problem. Grayon, I think you've obviously got not an exceptional issue. I don't think it's exceptional, but I think you've got a battle where we need to really, really reorganize your team, the relationship, the contracts, maybe even some of the personnel. I'm not quite sure. I haven't got to the bottom of it yet, and I think you and I are going to have a private discussion and get to the bottom of this. Costas, we put our prices up a while, and I agree it is necessity. I think you have to be prepared for a transitional period. We did first, all clients. Okay, so Costas, you know, on Monday, and this is for everyone else as well, there's a test you can do. Okay, it's a bit, you know, finger in the air. I know it's not a science, but do it this way. Think of it like this. If you were to put your prices up by 20%, would you lose 20% of your clients? Okay, you're not going to really know, but you know, all these clients you've been looking after for years and years and years and years who love you as a person, are they going to leave you because their cats have gone from 10 to 12 pounds, okay? Or from 20 pounds to 24 pounds, okay? They are not going, guys. You're imagining it. They're not going. Costas is slightly different. He's very, very expensive, very high price point for skin services, so it's a bit different. When you put a percentage on that, it obviously extrapolates quite a lot higher. But yes, you've got to be prepared, but also you've got to cover your cost and you've got to cover your profitability. All of you. National Hair Federation, yes, National Hair and Beauty Federation. Now, Lisa, yes. But I don't know what your joke was. Now, it was so long ago. Okay, Deborah. Carl says 40% of clients change each year, so you have the opportunity to reinvest yourself up. Okay, so this is This is a general figure, guys. You need to be prepared for 40% of your clients to leave you in the next 12 months, all right? I'm not kidding. 40% are going to leave you, all right? So they're going to leave you because they're going off whatever. I don't know. They're going off to the army. They're going off to university. They're changing towns. They got a different career, move the other end of town, whatever it is. And they're going to die, guys, okay? You got people passing away all the time. 40% are going. So you are going to, and you need to get 50% new clients every year to keep growing by 10%. So how you look after the new ones, okay, is just as important as the ones that exist. Okay, you've got to have a good retention process. Lots of you don't have a good retention process. We get a kind of, you know, we forget really, don't we? We take them for granted. I think that's the general terminology. We take these clients for granted. And what they're doing is they're looking for an opportunity to leave some of these people. I don't mean they want to go. They're just kind of not really happy with you. So you do something wrong, they go. Or maybe something like they see an offer in another salon, or a new shiny salon opens up, or their best friend tells them this place is awesome. So you got 40% are going to leave you. So you do have a great opportunity, because don't forget, this is happening to all the salons. So the clients that are in the business, you've got to do better though. 40 on 40 isn't going to work for you because your costs are growing by 10% as well. You need to be getting about 50% new clients every year. Where are we going? Rosanna, I've put posters up in my clinic to tell clients that I'm having a price increase at the... Well, do you know what, Rosanna? Yeah, Rosanna, that's fine. But you know what? Once you've done it once, you make sure that on your materials, like your price lists and maybe your posters, I don't know, maybe your website for sure, that you put on there, price is valid until whatever, I don't know, April the 1st. That way they know that this price is only valid for this long. It's like having a voucher or a coupon. It's only valid for so long. And then you don't have to keep apologizing and putting up posters. You just put the next price up from £40 to £42.50 in April. And then next January goes up to £44. I don't know really for you guys. But whatever it is, you don't have to apologize all the time just because you're putting your prices up. If it's the first time you're doing it, it would be handy to maybe put a bit of a notification and obviously use lots of verbal communication. You don't want to annoy anyone. You want to kind of tell them, look, when we put prices up, it means that the client gets more. Look, the staff that come here, so the staff that work here are going to benefit. They're going to have more training. We're going to be able to refurbish this place. We're going to be able to get new equipment. You're going to have a better coffee machine. Whatever it is, the client gets the benefit, the staff get the benefit, and the owner gets the benefit. What's the problem? Get your prices right. That's the important part. They don't have to be high, but they have to be right. Okay, where are we down here? Desiree, thank you for joining me this evening. It's great to see you on here. If you have any questions, you can phone in, guys. 07931 518 642. This is Quick Coach TV. It's from 8:30 to 9:30 p.m. British Summer Time every single Wednesday night this week. And it's Quick Coach TV, which means you get a phone in. I answer questions as quickly as I can, but I promise any questions I missed tonight or any real detailed ones, I will go back through these and we will be in contact over the next couple of hours. I won't let you down. Just send me a prompt though. I don't want to miss anything, guys. I want to make sure you have plenty of support. Okay, what else we got? I put my notice in reception to say we are having a price increase. I've emailed them. That's good. And so we'll watch YouTube. Okay, yes. I think just Rosanna, have a look on YouTube. Just check the video, but it's all about the correct pricing. If it doesn't make sense, don't worry about it. Now, on the pricing thing, stick with me because over the next few weeks, I am launching some software, okay, that will tell you, okay, it will actually tell you how much a service in your salon should be. Okay, you will no longer need to scribble on bits of paper, go like that, run up and down the street, look in yellow pages or whatever you're doing now. It will tell you that your prices have to be this. Okay, so you got to watch out for that. We're going to have it launched properly and in full before Christmas. If you want to get your hands on that, maybe drop me a message now because I'm going to roll it out quite steadily. I want to make sure that it's being used in the right way. It's also going to give you lots of other tools as well, but it's going to tell you what your prices should be. Deborah, we've done yours in a very technical way, so you don't need it just yet. Maybe this time next year when we review. Okay, what else we got here? We got Becky, it's the first year nobody has moaned about price increase. Must be your book, Carl. Thank you, Becky. That's really, really kind. Becky's talking about my book, Salon Products, Sell or Die Trying. Oh, we've had another batch of them delivered today. She's talking about this product, this book here. Look, guys. Okay, Salon Products, Sell or Die Trying. It's a book about selling products, but it's more than a book about that. It's a book about your mindset, how to move away from worrying about everything and not doing everything. How about moving away from all the barriers that you put up to making sure the price increasing is fine, to selling products is fine, okay? I don't want to go into that too much tonight, but there is a book that helps you sell more retail products, but it also helps you think about being positive in your business. And I know Becky has done such an awesome job over the last few months. Really proud of you, Becky. Fair play. Okay, we've got, I'm going to run 5 minutes later because we had a glitch at the end. So we've got about 7 minutes, guys. If you've got any questions, pile them up now. I'm going to finish the last few. We're going to have a quick drink of tea and we're going to crack on. I really appreciate you all following me on here. I want this to be something that's permanent for you. I want this to be something that you come to every week, that you get your questions answered. If it's a bigger problem, then by all means inbox me because sometimes we need quality. You know, it's very well answering these questions quickly as possible. I don't want it to be entertainment. I want it to be informative. Okay, Ellie, excellent. Thank you, Ellie. Sophie Connolly, thank you for joining me, Sophie. You're probably getting to the end and wondering what's going on. It's just all about you asking questions, and I'll be helping you as much as I can. Becky, I've told Nina she had to buy it. Nina, listen, you have to buy it. Your book is brilliant. Get it, guys. It's changed my mindset completely. Do you know what? You can go onto Amazon and buy this, and you will see the reviews. I don't think any one of those reviews, I actually know the people. It's all about, I was expecting a real upset in the industry. I wrote the book to actually stir up discussion, and it has, but 99% has been such positive feedback. Get out there. You need to get retail. You need to change the way we think about the industry. Nearly all of you could be successful financially, and that's why you're in the industry, and that's why you should be in the industry, guys. Okay, we're getting towards the end. Okay, so Chloe, I don't know if you're still on here. I hope I answered your message about money. I hope I answered your message about social media. Someone else was on here or another forum. Tal, is Tal on here? Tal, loyalty schemes. I'm going to have 2 minutes on this. Loyalty schemes where you stamp the book 10 times and get a free haircut. You stamp it 10 times, get a free massage, a free whatever you're getting. Absolute rubbish, guys. Bin it. You don't need it. If you want more details on this, go to my YouTube channel. There is a video on loyalty schemes. The loyalty schemes I think you should not be doing. Let's say it's a haircut. 10 haircuts or 9 haircuts and get the 10th one free. Why are you doing that? Do you think that the client is not going to come on the 10th time? Of course they're coming on the 10th time. They didn't take 9 haircuts to work out that you were an awesome hairdresser, an awesome barber. Okay? They worked that out in 2 haircuts probably, maybe 3. And they are still with you. So forget that type of loyalty scheme. Yes, you may want to look at refer a friend cards. They are fantastic. I would definitely be doing them. And if you want to do a reward scheme, that's completely different. That would be something like doing 6 haircuts and you get free something that progresses your business. Maybe you're a hair and beauty salon, get 6 cut and blow dries and get a free set of nails. And you're pushing your client into other services that they don't normally have. Okay, that's marketing, guys. That's developing your business, but giving away the same service that they just had 10 of, you're wasting your time, you're wasting money. Okay, so I hope that answered that question really, really quickly. Where have we got here? Sophie, I have bought the book, just started reading it, and it gives me motivation. Do you know what, Sophie? I hope it does. But do you know what the real thing is about all these seminars, all these webinars, seminars, like on Monday, the books, the online course for product sales? I don't change anything, okay? You change it. Your attitude is what changes your business. Holding people accountable for their performance, that's what changes your business. So I'm happy to take the accolades because, I work hard to make sure you guys get what you want, but the thanks and, the reward is all yours. Okay, what else we got? Lisa, I wasn't selling and now we do after reading the book. Thank you, Lisa. I mean, there is a book and there's an online course as well. If any of you think the book was something, the online course will blow your mind. It's 14 hours of training. It's like having me stood in your salon for 2 days. Now, you might not like that. And if you haven't met me, I don't speak this fast all the time. It's just this channel. Okay. Maybe next week I will start off with, this is what I want to tell you before you all disappear. I will start off next week about the online course for retailing. Okay, it's a bit of selling, but I do want you to know about it. I want to tell you next week that I'm going to be giving away free coaching. Okay, I'm going to be giving away free coaching for your business. I'm going to be giving away free coaching for retail sales. Okay, but I may ask you for a small donation for the hairdressing charity, but that will be optional. But I'm going to be giving that away in the next couple of weeks. All right, I'll explain more in more detail. I want to do it. It's not a publicity stunt. We need to gather some data and some information, and I need the right people. So watch out. In the next 2 weeks, I will launch something where you'll get some free coaching. Not all of you. There'll be whoever is lucky enough to get the coaching on retailing. But watch out. I want to give away some stuff and I want to raise some money for charity. But we will also talk about the online course next week. Loyalty cards, I mean, very good, Ellie. You didn't bin my book. You bin the loyalty cards. I really appreciate that. Good evening, Catherine Smith. We're just about to pack up. We got 2 minutes left. Binned it too. Did a reward scheme for clients, introducing a friend. Thank you, Nina. That is exactly what you need to do. Reward schemes are sound. Do them smart. Be clever. Think about how rewarding your client builds your business. But giving away free service is really not much good. It's like doing discounts. I told the guys on Monday, the last thing I want to see is go onto your webpage and the first thing I see is a discount. The first thing I see when I go into your social media is a discount. Get rid of these guys. Discounts have their place. You can use them. They will help you with some things. But generally speaking, you don't need to use them. They're devaluing you and they're bringing you in the wrong client. Okay, last few questions. Well, Becky, you'll have to wait and see what's coming. You might not want me. Ellie, how's that going, Nina? That's great. Sounds like a good idea and incentive, Carl. Bulant, where have you been? I haven't seen you for weeks. I know you've been in Dubai, I'm sure. You and I will have a catch up over the next few weeks. But we are now going to wrap up. So if anybody needs any questions answered, I'm on till midnight tonight. More than happy to help you. Please don't stress about anything. Grayon, I'm going to be with you in a moment. I'm going to send you a few links. Anybody else has missed any links, has missed any information, or I've missed your question, I apologize. Please send me a quick message. If not, I'll see you back here next Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. British Summer Time. Please bring some friends with you. Please bring some managers, some business acquaintances. Let's make this channel really work for everyone. For now, that's it. My name's Carl Hinder. I'm the business coach with Salon Help, and I'll see you next Wednesday. Good night.